Hello, and thank you for viewing this brief Good News Ambassador training video. I'm Marjorie Dennis, editor of the Duval Daily and a member of the district's communications team. I'm so excited to have you on the team. I'm going to share some tips with you for the best ways to submit information about your school. So, the first thing you'll want to know is what the role of a Good News Ambassador is. Good News Ambassadors, or GNAs as they're more commonly called, play a major role in sharing information with the public. Each school has up to 2 Good News Ambassadors tasked with soliciting and sharing information with the communications team. Your role is to provide us with the unique events, accomplishments, and student educator success stories at your school. So you can think of yourself as the publicist of your school. What is the best way to submit information? The most effective way to support our need to meet daily deadlines is to submit information electronically. Submission forms are included every day in the Duval Daily. You can complete these forms and send them to goodnews@duvalschools.org or fax them to 390-2659. Please remember to include your contact information at the bottom of the submission form, as well as the date it was submitted. Where is the information used? Whenever you submit information, you are submitting it to be considered for inclusion in one or more of 3 communications vehicles. The most familiar to you is the Duval Daily. This is our daily internal e-newsletter that is disseminated to approximately 13,000 employees. This e-newsletter is sent strictly to employees of Duval County Public Schools and not the general public. We reach our external audience with the Duval Digest. Currently, we have more than 40,000 parents, city leaders, and community members subscribing to the digest. The last is the Web Spotlight. The Spotlight section is on the home page of the site under the top banner. Each week, 3 new stories replace the existing ones. What kind of information should you submit? Information for the submissions is evaluated on the following criteria: uniqueness, timeliness, impact, and prominence. Stories that are submitted should be original, they should be relevant, they should have a huge effect, and they should be about a major award, accomplishment, a recognizable person, or a major event. Do all the submissions get used? While we would love to feature every story, the team selects stories that best meet the previously mentioned criteria and communication vehicles. If your submission is not used, please don't get discouraged. Continue to keep sending information. Also, keep in mind that some activities and events are great features for the school website and school newsletter. Please also remember that each submission is considered. Is there a limit to the number of times you can submit information? Absolutely not. We strongly encourage you to share all newsworthy stories with us. Who should you contact for corrections? If there is incorrect information in a featured story, please contact me at dennism2@duvalschools.org or 390-2658. Accuracy is our number one priority, and we make sure that mistakes are corrected promptly. How do you request news media and/or DCPS TV presence? At the bottom of the submission form are 2 boxes for DCPS TV and the news media. If you would like to request the presence of one or both at an event, please check the boxes. Also, please remember that along with submitting information for print consideration, DCPS TV and the various news entities decide what stories are newsworthy. To submit stories to the media, the communications office uses one or more of the following vehicles. The answer key. The answer key is a weekly tip sheet that is sent to more than 100 local and national reporters. It contains information about school and district activities and accomplishments. A news or press release. A news release is an informative tool developed by communications professionals. It primarily includes quotes and background information. In most cases, news releases are used to announce new programs, awards, and accomplishments. Occasionally, the news media will use a news release as it is printed, but most likely they will remove snippets of information from the news release to include in their story. The last is a media advisory. A media advisory is a short fact sheet that lists the who, what, when, where, and why of an event. They serve as invitations to the media to attend an event. They provide only the most important information, including a brief description of the activity, the date, time, and location. In each case, once the information is sent, it is at the discretion of the news entity to determine if it should be covered, and this does include DCPS TV. It's very important to remember to send this information at least 1 week prior to the event. This allows time for the communications team to coordinate and strategize. We want to hear from you. Our goal is to feature a story about each school in at least one of our communications vehicles throughout the school year. We need your help to achieve that. It is critical to our communications efforts that we hear from you. We conduct audits and may contact you if we have not been receiving submissions. Again, this is in an effort to make sure each school has an opportunity to be featured. Remember, good news doesn't just have to be about your school as a whole. It can be about individual students, groups, and faculty as well. Please let me know if you have any questions. If you would like a copy of the transcript, I'd be glad to send that to you as well. You can contact me again at dennism2@duvalschools.org or 390-2658. Thank you so much for your time, and I look forward to working with you.